I watched a video today of someone preparing frog's legs, and they're raw.
What are you watching that for? What are you doing with your time?
I don't know. Why not? It's on my phone. And you pour salt on the frog's legs.
Everything's on your phone. It's connected to the internet. That's not an excuse to do something. It was on my phone.
No, I scrolled past it on something. But you put a load of salt on the frog's legs, and they go like...
Oh, yeah. There's a
Weird,
creepy sushi dish, which is like a squid or an octopus. And then they pour soy sauce on it. And the sodium in the soy sauce makes it like go crazy, and that freaks me out.
Thanks.
It's like something to do with the chemical in the muscles or something.
Yeah. Well, that's how nerves work. It's not electricity. It's just passing of ions through membranes, is what it is. And
it's not electricity.
Well, it's not like what you see in like.
You couldn't put Uncle Fester. You can't put a light bulb in your mouth and fucking make it light up.
Yeah.
But isn't there enough electricity in a human to light a light bulb?
You can't do it with your mouth. I don't know what you're getting at. You're trying to prove me wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not like electrical charges. Like you don't have wires in your body. It's just a series of chemical reactions that are ions.
It's a series of cubes.
Yeah, exactly.
You keep saying ions like you know what an ion is.
I do know what an ion is.
What's an ion?
An ion is an atom that has lost an electron and gives it a charge in one direction or the other. Either gained an electron is negative, or lost an electron is positive.
Like a proton.
No, you can't lose a proton because then that changes the element.
A proton's a part of the nucleus.
Yeah.
All right, fair play.
Man, how do you guys remember all this stuff?
Actually, I should be able to answer some of these questions. I was pre-med, so essentially I studied biology up until my senior year in college when I switched to computer science.
Mitosis.
What's that?
Meiosis.
There you go. Barbara's got it down.
That's all I remember from science.
You know all the basics.
I haven't taken science since the 10th grade.
Is that true?
Yep. I stopped.
And you graduated with a 4-year degree from a university.
Yeah, in business though.
But there was no science requirement at all?
None. A lot of math.
Yeah, calc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck calculus.
But no science whatsoever.
What do you use calculus for in real life?
Absolutely nothing.
So basically, honestly, most of calculus is like studying like area under a curve, like the way curves work. So it's like great for graphing, it's great for physics, and it's great for business because like trending for economics and stuff like that.
Also great for like plotting land. Like you want to find out the area of a piece of land and divide it up.
You want to feel inadequate as a person?
Always.
So Isaac Newton wanted to study gravity and kind of reach the limit of mathematics to where he wanted to study physics. So he had to invent calculus to be able to study physics. And he was like 19 at the time. That's why we all study calculus, is because Isaac Newton was the guy who
Because he felt like it.
Yeah, just was curious about that kind of stuff.
I wonder if these people from history know what they've caused the children of this generation. But if they could know. Like Shakespeare, I would punch him right in the face.
Gavin, they've made major contributions to culture and advancement of technology. Who cares what kids think about that? The kids are pissed they have homework.
Every kid is pissed at Shakespeare. Everyone.
I loved Shakespeare. I loved reading Shakespeare in high school and college.
Yeah, how many Shakespeare plays do you read?
7.
All right. Well, you're kind of strange then.
I think most people read about that many when they're going through school.
Especially like you start in high school.
Yeah.
In like the 9th grade. And then you keep going.
Really? So you didn't study any science after your 10th grade year? That's really interesting to me.
Yeah, I didn't think that would be possible. I thought at least your freshman year in college you'd use like some interdisciplinary stuff.
And just you had no interest in it yourself either?
No. If anything, I had interest in chemistry, but not biology or physics at all.
Okay, because chemistry is a science. Just
yes, I know. I'm talking about of the sciences.
Yeah, that was the only one you had. I think people do have a preference more than anything else. Like I don't have a preference for a certain kind of math, but I think people for sciences have a certain kind of preference.
Yeah.
I hate physics.
What's that?
I hate physics.
And is math a science?
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
it is, right?
Math is the science.
What's the definition of science?
What's that?
What's the definition of science?
Yeah, I don't know.
People are gonna love this on the internet.
Yeah, really. This is like the core of our podcast.
Like, what is the least amount of words? What is science?
Math.
You think that's it? Just math?
Science is just math.
I would
Everything in science is math.
Well, what about like photosynthesis?
Math.
How?
Math.
What about evolution?
Yeah, just go like what is. I would say it's a technical focus, and then you'd have to define what technical means. Like it's not the humanities.
I would say smart stuff.
Here, let me get off this. Let me read this thing here.
Could you use a mirror to look back in time?
No. Thanks for asking. How would you do that?
So you
stop.
No.
Gus,
wait.
Gus,
Okay.
what does Gavin mean? Can you use a mirror to look back in time?
Can you use a mirror to look back in time? Man, this is a head scratcher. I normally have an idea.
I think I got this. Go ahead.
No, I'm drawing a total blank.
So Gavin is going to somehow equate that if you look back behind you far enough, you're looking back like farther than light can go.
But you wouldn't be able to see that far.
I get this, but there's something. He's going to ask something that has to do with the distance you can look behind yourself. That you would look so far back that you'd see into the past. So the light is.
Then you're right. So what he's saying is like telescopes when they say they're looking out to the edge of space, like 8 billion years into the past.
And if you just did that with a mirror,
right? And they use mirrors because they're telescopes.
All right. Here's what I was thinking.
Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely massive mirror, right?
Right.
Bung it a light year away.
So it's a distance.
And with a telescope, you look in the mirror, and you can somehow like zoom back into Earth in the same like magnification.
Right.
Say you're looking off the mirror and back onto where you are, you would see what that space looked like a year ago.
No.
Why not?
Because the light.
He's explaining.
The light from the let's say the event, like you sitting in your apartment going, well, that light from that
with the idea a year earlier.
Light from that event would go all the way out. It would take a year to get to the mirror.
Yeah.
Then you looking at it would take a year to get back and hit your telescope.
Right. So you have a year to see the mirror, but the light took a year to get to the mirror. So it's like mirror's here, light 1 year, 1 year.
So you're looking back in time 2 years.
1 year, because it took you you're looking at the light there was a year ago, but the light from the Earth was another year ago.
That's 2 years.
No, it only takes 1 year to see the light. I mean, you can see
You're
the
going
mirror
two
already.
directions. You're going out and then coming back.
Yeah.
So like if I took a trip that was 5 hours and I went to Dallas and back, it took 5 hours to get there and 5 hours to get back. Is that a 5 hour trip or is that a 10-hour trip?
How long did it take you to get to Dallas?
5 hours.
There you go.
What does that mean? No, because
You're looking at a year ago on the mirror. But that mirror is seeing a year ago.
But it takes a year for the light to get to you. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, you're right.
No, you're right.
He's
Yeah.
absolutely right. He's absolutely right. So you're looking back in time.
What?
No, that would still be 2 years ago.
No,
because it takes a year to get there, and that eats up one of the years.
Yeah. And then it takes a year to get to you.
Back.
But you're not looking at a mirror with nothing in it for a year, and then a year later the mirror shows up with something. There's already light in the mirror that already got there before you even started looking.
Wait a minute.
I'm really
No,
curious
you're
to see
still
what
looking at
Twitter
2 years
says about
ago.
this.
Wouldn't you just see your telescope in the mirror?
You're still looking at 2 years
All
ago.
right, okay, say even you're looking at 2 years ago.
Yes.
You're looking back in time. And
You're
that's cool.
absolutely right. You can go look back in time if you put a mirror out there for 2 years.
There's all these situations where, there was no camera on that, or like, we don't know what happened to JFK. Mirrors could solve all that.
big mirrors and telescopes.
Yeah.
For the full kit, you would need both those things.
Yeah. But it'd be a good way to
That's all the NSA
retroactively.
is working on.
Yeah, you could retroactively see something that you missed. You'd be like, get a mirror up there.
Plug a mirror up there.
I mean, a mirror would already have to be there.
Here is the problem. Here's the problem with this. I can't debunk this. I actually can't. What you're saying makes sense to me.
Because whenever you look in a mirror, it'll be a fraction of a second, but you are always looking in the past.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you can't physically see that
It's even-
far.
It's like Mitch Hedberg said, every picture of you is a picture when you were younger.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
But even I'm looking at you in the past right now. Like any light that isn't directly in my eye is the past.
Nah, that's just like latency. Like that's like lag.
Yeah,
online.
but we just can't sense that amount of time.
Ooh, you know what happened this week for me? Not to get off. I don't want to get off.
Done.
If you ever want to revisit this conversation, we can just look at a
done.
mirror in
Look at it.
space and we can come back to it at any
telescope.
point you want to.
For that.
And I honestly, I feel like I've never had good internet. Two things. I've never had good internet, and I don't understand how people's fucking utility bills are under $200. And everybody's like, I asked people, it's like when I was in college, what's your utility bill? Like $40. I'm like, I pay $190 an apartment. I don't understand that. What is your utility bill every month?
Well, my old place was a lot lower. At my new place, it's like $220, $230.
My electricity bill is like $250 alone.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Well, this is for everything. That's like, electricity, water, trash
You pay
pickup.
$230 for all that.
Yeah.
I hate it. You're killing me.
Well, it's efficiency, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all energy efficiency.
I'm doing something completely wrong.
Yeah.
Something completely wrong.
Mine's usually
Because now I
like
have
50.
a car that's all electric.
Have you done solar yet?
I plug it up. No, that was the dumbest thing ever. I looked into it and it was like, it was weird because what solar is in Austin is like, I thought I'm going to put up solar panels and then I could like cut the cable going to the grid and then I'd be like on my own. Nobody can fuck with me kind of a thing. That's not at all the case.
Well, can't you do that though? Like have an additional line that just connects to your house?
I guess you could if you had enough solar panels, but you would need a lot of solar panels, I think, to do that. Like all the solar panels taking up all the square footage that was available and like efficient enough, like angles to the sun and all that. On my roof, I could make up about 33% of my electricity bill.
So just do 2/3 less stuff.
But it's a big investment. So.
Get out of here. Yeah, it was like $9,000.
Yeah.
To do that. I'm just like, I'm not going to pay. And they gave me a chart of how long it would take me to pay it back. It was like 13 years or something like that.
You're going to have the house for 13 years?
Exactly right.
Yeah, you never know.
You would not have it, and most people don't care when they go to buy it. They might care in a couple of years when, electricity's through the roof or fossil
after
fuels.
Ebola's run rampant and the world's in shambles.
I bought my rations again. I shouldn't say that publicly because I don't want people to come in my house.
You bought?
Occasionally.
You're a fucking lunatic.
Occasionally. For like zombie stuff?
Off the rails.
Get out of here. You didn't do that seriously.
Fucking stupid.
I don't want you judging me. I just want to tell my story. How about that? Yeah. I bought rations. I bought marine rations. They have a 5-year shelf life. And I bought like 21 days worth of food for everybody in my house. 4 people.
Why?
So if you have to shut the door for 21 days, you can do it.
I know where you live.
Yeah, I see that's a problem. I should have said that now. Because then people know that I have rations.
Well, now you got the guns too, right?
So what kind of
tiger pit?
What kind of food is it in there?
It's like a bar.
One night it's gonna be like midnight. You'd be like, man, I'm really hungry. I'll go check it out.
It's like
I just want to try it.
Like, oh, this one's no good.
It's
oh,
like
this
pressed. An IKEA desk. Like when you peel back the veneer,
the MDF.
and it's that mushed compressed wood chips. It's kind of like that, but
But
stuff.
tasty?
No. It's like lemon coconut oil flavor.
So is that just something that happens if you crush stuff enough? Does it stop rotting?
No, I don't know. I think it's super vacuum packed too.
Oh, is this it?
That looks disgusting.
That's kind of what it looks like.
That looks like flesh.
It looks like bricks.
It's like lambus bread. So we're showing we're showing a picture up on the screen. We'll put in the link up. But it's just like these wafers, and each one of those wafers is like 1,800 calories.
Oh my god! It is
Holy
like lambus
fuck.
bread. You're gonna walk to a fucking mountain.
So is that like a whole day's worth? One bar is a whole day's worth of calories?
Pretty much, yeah. And you
Jesus.
just snap pieces
What
of it
would
off
you
and eat
shit
it.
out for being that?
It looks just like that, except brown. It's like your butthole turns into a squint.
Oh my god.
They actually design MREs to where they produce less waste. They're designed to make you go to the bathroom less. If you ate, we should have Josh Flanagan or Jeff come and talk about it. But if you had an MRE meals every day, you would poop only once every 3 days or something like that. Eating a normal, sustainable.
My diet here is very different to my English diet. But
Airplane food too.
I dump way more here than I used to. I used to go maybe twice a week for a dump.
Hey, speaking of which, going back to Blue Apron thing, I have it on my screen here.
Yeah,
From dump.
they don't deliver MREs.
I gotta do this.
Food.
I saw you in the parking lot the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were coming back from lunch and Gavin had a fucking sandwich with him. and I don't know why he did it, but he pretended like it was his dick and started air thrusting with it.
What a
did do that.
professional
What do you
company.
mean you don't know why he did it?
It went
Gavin.
flying out of his hands.
Well, I was
the
grabbing
sandwich opened up in midair and landed fucking face
Well, I was
down
grabbing the paper
in the
bag and
gravel.
doing this, and it shot out because I gave it a little bit too much The tinfoil bit flew out, and I went to grab it, and I opened the tinfoil, and the sandwich just flew out into pieces. It went so
It
badly.
couldn't have gone
I started
better.
laughing like a fucking hyena in the parking lot.
Was Gavin sitting there just miserable
He tried to pick it up and was taking gravel out of his
Yeah, there was
sandwich.
grit in my
that.
tuna.
Yeah.
Why did you do it with the open side instead of just
I
turning?
didn't really think long and hard.
I don't know.
No pun
I
intended.
didn't really think. You could have left it there.
Well, I like that Barb's analyzing the technique. She already has suggestions on how to
I
improve.
mean, I've done the air thrust many a time.
Air thrust with a sandwich?
Yeah.
I could vouch for that.
Or any other long object that I could find.
Are you stealing Barbara's moves? See, this is what happens when you don't practice.
The first time I flew to Australia, the movies weren't on demand. It was so long ago that they would just show you the movies on a loop. And there was one channel.
Technology
and
still exists.
You just watched
That's the way
that.
online wars today.
Damn, terrible.
Yeah.
So I remember at one point, middle of the night, I'm over the Pacific, flying down, middle of nowhere, flying to Australia, and that movie with Jack Black comes on and Ben Stiller, Envy.
Envy, yeah.
The movie was so bad, I turned it off and I sat there in a middle seat in the dark, staring at nothing, because that was better than watching Envy.
Wow.
I did a.
It was a movie.
Stirring review.
They invent a product called Vaporizer. It's like a little squirt bottle, and you squirt it on dog poo, and it goes away.
That's what the movie was about.
That's the movie.
That's the entire
That's the
movie.
premise.
Jack Black, you said?
Jack Black and Ben Stiller.
And he gets really rich from making it, and Ben Stiller is not rich, and he gets mad at his friend for the stupid invention that makes him rich.
And that's why it's called envy.
I wonder if anyone
sitting in the dark in a middle seat on an airplane is better than watching that movie. They should put that on the fucking
Yeah, I think you should
poster.
go onto iTunes and give that review to the movie.
Do you think anyone has ever boarded a plane, similar flight
Yes.
to you?
No.
Like, say, 14-hour flight, and thought, I want to write, cast, shoot a movie on this flight. Like,
But
you come
cast
up
it with the passengers.
Yeah, you come up with a story, and it's like, all right, who'll be good for this role? And you just start, like, asking people if they want to be in the movie, and then you pull your camera out and you shoot the movie. That'd be an interesting, like, what would that movie be about?
You should do that on your next long flight.
Yeah.
Could you make a movie like that wasn't about being on a plane?
You can make it about a love story or something. And
Primary
you could
object.
edit the whole thing on a laptop. And you could type the credits as you're landing, and it'll be done.
And if you have Wi-Fi, you could upload it. You could
You'd be like,
literally distribute a movie on a plane.
Can you email
movie
everyone the
produced.
link to watch it when they get
just
home?
be like, this is the newest movie of all the movies.
What if you could publish it and then like sign a deal with American Airlines and then they put it on the movie people are watching it by the end? Like
By the time the plane takes off,
Yeah.
it's playing on everyone's.
How do you
that
give
movie
everyone
I
a
is out. That movie I shot.
iPads.
I shot that like what 10 hours
I
ago?
guess if you have Wi-Fi, you could
Back
send
in
it.
You should
Brooklyn.
try that
12.
next time you're on a plane. Make a.
No, you should try that. That sounds a great idea for you. Here, let me tell you the number
I'm
one
too scared
objective
to talk to strangers,
I
so I
have
won't.
on any plane, and that
Okay.
is to not talk to anybody. That is my number one objective. I don't want to meet anybody new on a plane.
Did you ever have someone real chatty next to you?
I got enough relationships in my life. Yeah, the first time I went to
Scotland?
was it? I think it was France. I was going to France because by myself. Scotland, I was with Jeff and Joel.
Except when you came on yourself.
Yeah, let's bring that fucking story up every time.
Every time.
Every time. But I was sitting next to a guy, and he was going to the Czech Republic, and he had gone to the U.S. for some kind of therapy for throat cancer, and he had
You
just
look
gotten
really
back.
concerned
It
right
was
now.
Barbara, it was horrible. Let me tell you something. First of all, the dude wanted to talk to me, and I was asleep. He poked me to wake me up to talk to me.
That's a no-no.
That is.
That's an absolute no-no.
Somebody did that to Gavin once on a plane to sign a birthday
Yeah,
card.
I remember
I got
that.
poked awake, and she said, sign this piece of paper for my daughter. It's her birthday.
And then
I was livid.
Then the guy had an accent. He had a Czech accent, and he had just gone through some kind of very intense therapy for throat cancer.
Did he have a
And-
voice box?
No, but he would
Hello.
like, and I'm clutching my chest, like upper chest, like right below my neck. He would clutch it, and when he'd talk to me, he'd be like, "Where are you going?" And he'd make a grimace because it obviously hurt him very much. And I was like, I'm going to Paris, dude. I have to go to this Center Pompidou to do this like presentation on machinima. He goes, "What is that?" I go, "I'm sorry, what?" He goes, "What is that?" I'm like, I was like, dude, we don't have to talk. It's like, this is not necessary. He was in misery talking to me. And
What's
it was
your favorite color?
And he just wouldn't stop talking to me. And it was paining him so bad. And I was just like, and then I felt responsible for it. And I was like, I'm just going to go to sleep. It was horrible. It was horrible.
I bet you look like the asshole to everyone else.
I know. I was just like, dude.
They're just like, that guy just keeps trying to make conversation with that guy who has a neck problem. What's wrong with
Yeah, I
him?
know.
You should have given him a pen and paper.
I mean,
Unless he just had wrist cancer.
Let me
as
tell you,
well.
he talked so much to me. The reason I know all that stuff about that he'd been in the States and the throat cancer and everything like that, because he told me all of that.
He probably
This
just
long
wanted to
story
tell
about it.
someone that.
I get it. I totally get it. And I was just like, oh man, it was just like it was murder.
Here, let me read this thing.
Classic story, classic Rooster Teeth story is here's a guy who went through throat cancer and therapy, and I'm the one with the problem because I had to talk to the guy.
It's kind of like a Seinfeld episode.
What's that?
It's kind of like
All
a
of our
Seinfeld
stories
episode.
are like that. It's like Jack was like, "Hey man," I was like, "How's your plane trip?" It was shitty. We got delayed because a guy died on the plane. Remember that's like,
Yeah.
dude, somebody died, and you're like worried that you got delayed by an hour.
But he's got a point. Someone dying 1,000 miles away from him is the exact same as someone dying like 4 rows ahead of him. It doesn't interact with his life except for the inconvenience part. Like, he didn't know him.
That's very true.
No,
Yeah.
I am interested in your ideas, Gavin.
that is the worst thing I've ever heard. So
No,
you're
I
saying
mean,
empathy is distance based?
No, I'm saying this
No,
shit.
the guy was nobody to him.
Yeah,
What does it
it's
matter?
shitty.
People die
He's
all the time.
a human being.
Everyone is. Everyone. Someone
It's
died now.
sad when everybody
someone died
dies.
now. And then now.
What if we're
I didn't know
sitting
any of
here,
them.
someone just dies in a car crash outside the studio?
That's sad. That's a
Is
sad
it?
thing.
It's
Yes.
sad, but it doesn't affect your life at all. Apart from if you couldn't get your car out tonight.
Well, yeah, and if I couldn't get my car out because there was a person
Motherfucker.
smashed up and dead on
God,
the
why did I
driveway.
have to die right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Hurry it up. Oh.
That's the attitude.
Yeah, I like this.
Oh god, you guys are the worst.
Here, let me do an ad read.
It is shitty, but
But I saw Barbara, and the first thing I asked her was, "Hey, Who do you think unfollowed Jack faster on Twitter this weekend, me or Gus?
Did you unfollow him?
I muted him immediately as soon as he did his like third tweet about Vegas and the Joel not there.
It's like
no Joel.
happy fun time
Minus Joel.
Minus Joel trip.
Is old. I normally would have unfollowed him.
I muted.
Instead, I spent the time to learn how to mute a hashtag, and I was like, I just muted the hashtag. Didn't see another one.
Yay.
Yeah, so he went off to Vegas without Joel because Joel loves to go to Vegas.
And
Jack
everyone
just
in
back
the
out?
world cares and needs to hear.
Jack is the worst person to
It's
follow.
Twitter, dude. Who gives a shit?
He's the worst person because he's either on a trip that he wants you to know about, or he's like building a shelf or something.
No, I'm really excited about the thing that Jack's building now. He's like,
What's he building?
He's renovating like a hi-fi that he bought.
Oh.
Like an old school,
Well,
like
that's decent, but
cabinet
usually it's
hi-fi.
shelves, and I'm not into shelving.
I get you, dude. Jack, after he built the Tower of Pimps,
Not into shelving.
2 years ago at RTX, then he turned around and he was going to build shelves for everyone at Achievement Hunter to store their consoles in.
Yeah.
Like this nice, neat, like.
But it's not. It makes everything twice the size.
And you guys were in this tiny office and he was building this thing. They gave him shit nonstop for a month about those fucking shelves. To the point where I think maybe he just like got rid of his shelves.
No, he's still got his.
Does he have them in his desk here?
Yeah.
You brought them with him?
Yeah.
All right, good.
It's ridiculous. You should
It's
see the
not
thing.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I love that kind of shit.
guys have
Here's
enough
how my
room, though.
stuff goes. Doo, doo, doo. Just stacked up. If I need to move something, I just pull it off. There you go. Job done.
I just
It's
do.
not in a shelf, in a little cubby.
Isn't that bad for them, though?
What?
Man,
Mine
Exactly.
still works. I've had it for a year.
I had to buy an entertainment center to replace my old one because it looked really shitty. I spent forever. I want to make fun of him, but I spent forever looking for an entertainment center, which is essentially glorified shelves. It's like, I don't know, this one doesn't quite fit right. Like, I had very specific dimensions I required. So I can respect that. I can respect wanting to have something that you can put all of your equipment into and easily access it and get it out. Jack's a piece of shit, but I think he did a good job with those shelves.
Totally agree.
This conversation has gone like Jack sucks. Jack's awesome. Jack sucks. Jack's awesome.
No, but I mean, I didn't unfollow Jack because I don't like Jack or anything like that. I just, as soon as the third tweet came through, I said, I know where this is going. Mute. See you in a week, Jack.
But you didn't unfollow him, though. You said who unfollowed Jack.
Well, you know what I mean. Same thing.
You
I
misled
would
me.
not unfollow Jack, and I would follow him back a week later for sure.
I was
Even if
People
shocked to see
somehow
that.
can always tell when I unfollow them. And as soon as I delete them on Facebook, too. I get messages like within a week. Why'd you unfollow me?
You got a really cool thing coming up, which is going to generate you a lot of crazy Facebook updates.
Didn't you get lost on the way to the Singapore meetup or something?
No, sort of. I just like.
Sort of.
I was
Wasn't
trying.
even a
I was
breath
trying to
between
get
it.
there. My fucking map was sending me
You
one way.
couldn't cross the street at one point.
I picked. Listen, it was a highway. I picked the place we were going to meet because I asked for suggestions, and people said just somewhere close to
You
you. And
picked
I'm
a
like,
meeting on a highway? You can get everyone killed.
no, it was at a coffee shop, and the coffee shop was across this fucking highway. And I totally would have jaywalked, but I heard that jaywalking can get you like 5 years in jail in Singapore. That was the hardest part about going to Singapore.
Jail walk.
They have a bunch of weird
Nice.
laws, like. And there's a thing there in Singapore where, like, corporal punishment is actually totally acceptable. Like,
Like, yeah, they
a
caned the
full-grown
guy,
adult
yeah.
can commit a crime and they hit you with a cane. Like, they whip you. And I'm like, I don't want to get whipped.
Like a bunch of angry nuns.
Yeah, but like a military dude does it and fucking tears you apart. It's a really
Why
bad deal.
nuns?
There aren't nuns famous for like caning the Catholic school.
They use rulers and they go pop, pop,
That's
pop
it, yeah.
on your wrists. Well, you know, did you know, Barb, that in Singapore, chewing gum is banned? It's illegal
Why?
because you can't have chewing gum.
Do you think
Because they don't
people
want you like spitting it out or making
Yeah.
a mess.
They don't want you making a mess.
Do you think
So if
people
they see you going like this,
Singapore has some really interesting laws. So you can actually chew gum and buy gum like at a dentist, or you just go to, I think they go to Malaysia and they just all get it there and they bring it in.
Yo,
imagine
dog, I
like
got some
school
gum.
kids sneaking around the back of the sheds? You wanna have a little chew? Go on.